this event. I don't know how this mantle fell on me, but here I am. It's on me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And as usual, in our world, we have to be accountable so that we can make a difference. And that is why data is key in everything we do.
Yeah,
I will try in some 10-15 minutes to do a reflection, because everybody is talking about data and research. So I'll try to take or cast our minds back to where we're coming from and what data and research means to us and what data and research has done for us. So in these few minutes, we'll try and look at the importance of data and research. And I hope you know we have development research, we have social research, which deals about the people and how you can better opportunities for them. You have the market research, talking about branding among others. Then we'll look at how the data has been providing intelligence support to brands and different projects. Of course, we have had our Stream Insight has expanded from Ikorodu number 7 to over how many African countries? Thank you very much. So we are going to highlight some of the projects in Africa that research has supported in successful implementation. Next slide. I'm going to introduction. Data and research are essential foundation for policy making, infrastructure planning, business growth, and sustainable development. Even in your homes, yes, Africa is the focus now, but even in your homes, data and research are critical for decision making, planning, growth, and sustainable development, and in this context, Africa. This is so because in a region with diverse population, economies, and ecosystem, evidence-based decision is critical in helping to eliminate wastes, target real needs, and scale up impact. Next slide. So why research matters? Why research? What is it about research? Many of us have been working on data and doing research, but we try to bring this to the table so that we can reflect, to appreciate what we have been doing and how we have been going about what we do. Many a times we don't give credit to ourselves, but tonight, through this reflective message, I want you to appreciate what you are doing. So why does research matter? It informs policy because it provides evidence for developing effective and context-specific policies. It helps to identify gaps, to know where the issues are and areas that requires attention. And of course, research boosts innovation, where you can come up with new technologies, to improve on systems, on processes, and that enhances development. Data, like I said earlier today during the red carpet, I said data is life. When we were in school, what did they tell us was life? Who can remember? Water, H2O. But tonight, I come to tell you that there will be no water without data and research. So what do I say? Data is life. So what about the power of data? That you will see now. You find out that for any reliable decision making, data must be available for use, be it by governments, by companies, organizations, or even homes. The usefulness of data and research is that it helps to refine us as individuals. It helps to make our homes even beyond the outside world and environment. It's very applicable to everything we do in day-to-day life. Data also helps us to monitor progress. Anything that is not monitored is not done. How many of us have had that before? Anything that is not monitored is not what? It's not done. So data helps us to monitor progress. And that is why the AU, the African Union, has come up with the African Mandate, with the set agenda of the 2063 development goals. Data helps bring about transparency and accountability. You were to go about on the distribution of insecticide treatment. There is no documentation for the data. How do you account for what you have done? It's not possible. So transparency and accountability comes with data. That is the power of data. There are, however, some specific challenges, but they come with their opportunities. What are these challenges? One, next slide please. There is limited infrastructure for data collection. There is so much data that is available, but they are not tapped, they are not collected, and worst of all, they are not used. Even when data has been collected and gathered, there is that component of the data management system that is always lacking, and that is the use of data. So there is so much data, but limited infrastructure to facilitate and enhance proper use of data for development, be it in brands, organizations, or companies. Another challenge is the scarcity of skilled personnel. People wonder, but there are so many people, but management of data requires special skills, peculiar skills, and these are not common. So this is another challenge that we are facing with skilled personnel. Although in recent times we have tried to mitigate this by coming up with ad hoc personnel that can quickly be trained and brought up to speed. Beyond this, we also have issue of privacy and ethical concerns around data. How protected is our data? Today, if I want to know anything about my brother here, all he needs to tell me is his name. In the next 5 minutes, I'm sure I'm going to tell you almost everything about him. And you'll be surprised. So how protected is our data? I told you this is a reflection. This is what we do. So what systems do you have in place to protect the data such that it can maximize impact and scale up impact? What are the opportunities? Mobile technology has come, and that has enabled real-time data collection. This has been helpful in a lot of ways. And that is why information communication for development has been an in thing where mobile technology is being used. Then of course, to improve on data and research, in recent times, there are platforms for open research which fosters collaboration and innovation. The example is the Evidence for Development Conference, the African Open Science, which brings about policymakers, researchers, governments, and different stakeholders together to make sense and appreciate data, to go back and use it to enhance the development of either their environment or their organization or their brands. Next slide. Okay, so let us look at what role data has played in providing intelligence support to projects and brands. Next slide. We have informed decision making. I'm sure beyond reasonable doubt, with data, you can make informed decisions. Because you are looking at the scenario in front of you, and you can read between the lines to say, okay, this is where we need to go, this is what we need to do. And how does this help? It helps us to get this achieved through accurate data which guides strategy and reduces guesswork. Then identify the right audiences, needs and preferences, and understanding the behaviors. More often than not, sometimes development deploys intervention to areas where they are not needed, or areas where there's no proper understanding of the behavior of the people. So at the end of the day, what is deployed becomes like a waste. Of course, you suppose choosing the right channels, be messaging and timing. Next slide. tracking trends and market intelligence. He looks at emerging trends, he helps the brand to stay relevant, and then he benchmarks data to compare performance against peers. Next slide. Strategic planning and positioning. He helps project scoping, unique brand value proposition, and he supports innovation by revealing gaps or met needs. Next slide. Enhancing communication and engagement. Because there is data, there is research that has been done, we all have a common understanding of the scenario. This further enhances communication and engagement between stakeholders, which test brands and messages, review customers' pain points, and improve satisfaction or tailored services. Next slide. Risk reduction and accountability. I spoke about this earlier when we talked about transparency and accountability. With data and research, a lot of risks are dropped down, are reduced, and then accountability is further enhanced. Next slide. Now, here are some projects in Africa that data and research has actually supported. They are categorized by health, agriculture, brands in the market, and so on. We see the ADHF project in Nigeria, which was implemented by WHO. The aim was to establish a global standard for primary healthcare center in each of the 74 local governments. And what was the impact of this? It strengthened primary healthcare infrastructure and aligned with Nigeria's health sector. Next slide. You have the Health Sector Research and Development Intervention Scheme. This was by Central Bank. They actually funded the research and development for new drugs, vaccines, and diagnostics for infectious diseases. And based on this, it boosted local pharmaceutical innovation and vaccine development. We cannot but talk about disease control during the outbreak of COVID. Data was used and research to map COVID-19 spread, and this led to more targeted lockdowns and resource development. Next slide. Agric, we have the ATA, many of us know this, Agriculture Transformation Agenda. We have the FADAMA 3. FADAMA 3 helped to, please go back, I need to say something on FADAMA 3. FADAMA 3 enhanced income and livelihoods for thousands of rural dwellers because data-driven targeting of farmer groups increased productivity. Next slide. We have others, FAO, Yellow Tractor was implemented in Nigeria and Kenya, and data was used for IoT-enabled tractors to connect farmers to services. Of course, this supported the model, showing that access to tractors improves yield. Next slide. Branding, consumer, and insights. This targeted SMEs for IP management clinics and branding mentorship. We have the strategic brand partnership by Techno and UNICEF. And then, of course, you can see the EAT NGO and other initiatives there. Next slide. These are other examples of projects in Africa that has used data and research to support, their development. Next slide. Okay. While concluding, for Africa's development to be sustainable and inclusive, data and research must be prioritized by government, private sector, and NGOs. They actually need to invest in data infrastructure and open data initiatives, localized research. I want to congratulate Stream Insight tonight for the journey. I didn't know how this mantle fell on me, like I said, but I think I came across Stream Insight when they were 2 years old. 2 years old. I don't know whether Dr. Wale remembers this. And it was an assignment with Manuel Daniels UK. An organization was selected in each of the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria, and Stream Insight was one selected in Lagos State to cover the whole of the Southwest. And it was about data, research, and analysis. I'm happy to tell you that they have sustained the tempo because of all the 6 geopolitical zone submission, only Stream Insight submission was accurate. So it is not surprising that they have come this far up to this time. But shortly after, by the time Stream Insight became 7 years old, I just returned from the US then. I was sent to Nigeria to do an assignment for Coursera Global for 3 evaluations in Kano, Jigawa, and Katsina states. And when I arrived in Nigeria and reported, they told me they were trying to engage some firms, but they have one firm that they are thinking of me. I should review the document and make my recommendation. That my recommendation is what will determine whether they move forward the firm or not. Guess what happened? When the documents and files were brought to my table, it was Stream Insight documents. The moment I saw it, I said, if it is Stream Insight, I know these guys, I worked with them once. So 5 years ago, I can vouch for this organization. Please, let's shoot it off. This is reputation. This is consistency. And this they have done for another 8 years. And today we are celebrating their 50th year. I congratulate you, sir. Like I said on the red carpet, in the next, by the time we are doing the 20th or 25th anniversary, it will be on the global stage. I look forward to that day. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
And we look forward to the